What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video.
I rep the West to the death, but my life is better. I've shed blood, shed tears, man, I stormed bad weather. I caught an L at 19, that's a cold-ass letter. But now I'm back in the world and trying to make it better forever. They counted me out at a young age, but now I'm living proof. I'm in this booth, I'm spitting truth, you see me on the tube. The Dub Show, homies bounce and roll. The Dub Show.
I did the video on Friday, and then I did the video today in regards to a correctional officer that spoke about two incidents that occurred in New Folsom that I know like all the details about, and I know the players involved. And one was actually my Sally. Both were friends of mine, right? And I asked you guys, should I interview? But I was really talking about a different CO. But then at the end, I said, hey, maybe I should interview this guy. Apparently, he thought when I was talking about the other guy, I was talking about him. But I did at the end say maybe I should interview him. Well, guess what? He responded, and he got blocked. Gee, he said, and let me tell you guys exactly how this is gonna go down, because I know YouTube, and I know these type of people, right? He's gonna go back on that channel with that ex-convict, and they're gonna talk away the expose on Dubs. Never seen either one of them in my life. Now, the CO said that he would do an interview with me, but it has to be live, so that he can question me about things that I refuse to answer. He said that he had never even heard of me. Exactly. So then you definitely don't know nothing about me. You haven't heard about me? You don't know nothing about me. But I'm sure you'll come up with a whole bunch of shit, won't you? But anyways, he said he had never heard of me before he was on old boy's channel, right? And that now he reviewed my channel, and that I seem like I'm a Mexican Wes Watson. Let's just take this in for a minute. A cop, a guy that was writing people up, getting people charges, probably testified in court a bunch of times. He thinks I'm gonna do an interview and answer him on anything? He compares me to Wes Watson. Wes Watson was sentenced to less than 10 years in prison and can't stop saying he did 10 years. Wes Watson was never housed in California, and yet talks about all the prisons in California. Wes Watson has never done anything, never put in no work. Lies about every fucking thing. Me, I was an idiot growing up. Full blown, full-fledged, and fully with it. Started going to jail at 13. I was a fool in the streets, and everybody knew it. Went to the California Youth Authority at 15. I was a fool, and everybody knew it. Got out for 5 months. Caught a life sentence. Went to the joint. A lot of people know me. I was a fool for a long time in there. I was in Pelican Bay SHU 4 different times. The SHU. 4 different times. I was in Corcoran SHU once. See, something that a lot of these funny, tough guys, internet tough guys, they like to ask questions they know goddamn well. No Southerner can question a Northerner. No Northerner can question a Southerner. No white can question a Southerner. Vice versa. It goes all the way down the line. When people say that I avoid things, I'm not in prison. You keep asking me about prison stuff that you were never a part of, even if you were in there. But a cop thinking that I owe him an explanation? The fuck? What's he gonna do with the information? Build a case? It's just strange times, man. Shout out to Hector Bravo. I like what he does. I really believe this dude did work at High Desert, though. Just the way his text was, the way his comment was. They had a cold-blooded crew. Them cops over there, you didn't play with. Not at all. I was never in High Desert, but we heard. We heard how it was. I remember the first murder that happened in High Desert. All them dudes they got snatched up for it. They didn't do it, but they got snatched up for it. They were all in Pelican Bay, B facility with me. One was my cellie. So I know how High Desert was. Not surprised that this dude would, instead of acting like a functioning member of society, he would react as if he was a convict and as if he was somebody that I owe an explanation to. The audacity of people. He should have just done an interview with me. I would have gave him an opportunity to explain where he came up with in the middle of a riot. Shanky from underneath Central Tower decided to run all the way to the middle of the field and go after a cop that was just standing there. He wasn't hitting anybody with a baton. He wasn't pepper spraying anyone. He was observing the riot. That was Grimes. It wasn't Acosta that said whatever you said. Grimes and Acosta were the only ones that stayed on the yard. The rest of them all ran to the program office. And the part I left out was the tower cop told him clear the yard and then started shooting that motherfucking Mini 14 everywhere. So how was he afraid of? He didn't want to kill another inmate. But it's just a shame. I'm not going to get into the negativity. I've already said that. It serves no purpose for me, right? But let me reiterate again. When I was in prison for a long time, I was involved in some very, very, very serious shit. Not a single person I've ever done anything with has ever said anything foul about me. I'm talking about people on the streets, people in prison that I've actually done shit with. Not one will ever say that fool rolled over. That fool gave us up. Not one code that we utilized, not one drop that we utilized was ever given up. I like how people like to spin a yarn. But I always say a half-truth is a whole lie. Maybe one day, when I choose, I go down the road and I say, let's talk about this. I highly doubt I would. And what people don't get, it's because it's out of respect for other people. I'm out here in the streets. Anybody that thinks I give a fuck about some prison shit out here, man, I'm so blessed. My life is beautiful. I had a life sentence. I wasn't supposed to get out. If SB 261 wouldn't have kicked in, I'd still be in there doing my time. But I was given a second opportunity. Been out over 8 years now. And there are dudes that were never, ever involved with the stuff I was involved with. I was a nobody. Let me always preface that. I was a nobody. But imagine that. There were dudes that were in there that were afraid to get involved in shit I was involved in. And I was still a nobody. You don't question anyone. The fuck I look like. If your mind's made up, your mind's made up. The people that love me no matter what. The people that hate me will hate me no matter what. Never explain, they say. Your friends don't need it and your enemies will never believe you. So I live my life out here. I'm more respectful to the dudes that are still doing all that stuff, dudes behind the walls, than mostly anybody on YouTube. I also know a lot of stuff, and I've said it a gang of times. I could get a grip of views if I talked about things that I would never talk about with anybody, nor have I. So, it's a great try. Remember, you're a cop. Don't act like you're a gangster. Don't act like I owe you an explanation. Enjoy yourself. For you to think that I question your integrity, I didn't question your integrity. I questioned where you got the story from and how would you know what was in Shanky's mind. And they waited 5 years? Okay. Anyways, that's my video for today, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I wish I could remember like a line that Wes Watson, all he does is drop F-bombs. I wish there was like a certain thing he says all the time that I could just say it just because I'm the Mexican Wes Watson. Except I don't lie about anything. Everybody please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them, man. I'm out of here.